I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Let's go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
Probation. What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday for everyone that's not a Bengals fan. Not a good Saturday for us, but you know what? We haven't won a game in the division yet this year. I don't know why I thought that the Bengals would do that today, but anyways, I will concede. The Steelers played a better game. Their third string quarterback. Yeah. It happens. It happens. Anyways, let's have some fun. Let's watch some court. I'm also going to concede the fact that court has been slow the last 2 days. Not a lot going on. It's the holidays. A lot of courts are closed. I've got a lot of vaulted clips. Pretty much everything that I'm going to be playing for the next 3 or 4 days are going to be vaulted clips. I think the oldest clip I have is about a month old. I think that's about it. So yeah, these are clips I don't have background stories on much. I don't have follow-ups. They're just going to be random things, just to have fun. Shoot the shit. Do whatever you do. It's what's going to happen. Before I get into it, I want to say thank you to Louise for your donation. I want to super thank you to Fred. Fred, you're trying not to swear. You're amazing. I almost dropped an F-bomb. Not going to do that. Thank you so much. Louise, you're awesome as well. You sent 2 super chats. One came in after. Also, Kristen, I don't know if I said thank you the other night. I don't know if your message came in at the end or if I said thank you. I don't remember. The last stream I did was so kind of random and my head was swimming. So yeah, you might have just got 2 thank yous. But yes, Fred, Louise, Kristen, thank you so much for your super chats. If you would like a shout out, my link tree is in the description and I would love to give you a shout out. So please and thank you. Also, like and subscribe to the video, do your jump kick backflips. Is that all I had to say? I think that's all I had to say. You guys want to watch some court? We start with DeSanto. I have a lot of vaulted DeSanto clips from the last month. And yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of DeSanto over the next couple of days just because, like I said the other night, I don't think she's coming back. I've got a lot of just random entire dockets of hers, so I'm going to be going through them and putting clips up. So let's have some fun. I hope everyone has a great holiday, whatever. Yeah, you know what? I'm done talking. Let's go. Let's go.
Moreland Craig on behalf of Ms. Briggs. Ms. Briggs, would you please state your name for the record?
Yes, good morning, Judge. It's Amber Briggs.
All right, good morning. Okay, Ms. Briggs, you're on probation for operating while impaired. And it's alleged that you're currently on an alcohol tether from your last violation from November 20th, where the court, after your plea of guilty to your probation violation, sentenced you to 5 days jail, 30 days on the alcohol tether upon release. And so this is alleging on November 30th and December 2nd that you tested positive for alcohol and had a tamper event on both days. And counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with Ms. Briggs, we are prepared to waive any sort of contested hearing on these matters and enter a guilty plea for testing positive with alcohol.
Ellie.
All right, ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
All right. And ma'am, you heard the plea that your attorney placed on the record, correct?
correct.
Biggin Raid, what's going on, everybody? I just started. You're not missing anything. This video is about a month old from DeSanto. It's one of my vaulted clips. That's pretty much all you missed so far. It just got started. She tested positive for alcohol. She's on probation, I believe. She has a tether on, so I think it's probation. I don't know if it's probation or just bond right now. I don't remember. This is, like I said, this is about a month old. Thank you everybody for coming. Also, I didn't say thank you to Michelle. Michelle sent me a Christmas card. Beautiful Christmas card. I got glitter everywhere, but I like it. It's the only Christmas card I received this year, and it's sitting there on my shelf. So thank you so much, Michelle, for sending that. All right, Biggin, you're awesome. Yes, what Biggin just said. All right, let's continue watching this wonderful judge.
And as to the allegations, ma'am, how do you plead?
I'll plead guilty.
And you understand your rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Correct.
And you also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Correct.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
Correct.
And you understand the recommendation, this matter is for probation to be revoked, the matter closed without improvement, $50 probation violation fee, 60 days jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing all that, do you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
All right, Councilman, you can please vote to your client.
Sure, Ms. Briggs, are you currently on probation through the Wyandotte District Court?
Yes.
Are you, as a term and condition of your probation, are you to not test positive for any drugs or alcohol that you're not prescribed?
Correct.
Did you in fact test positive for alcohol on November 30th and December 2nd of this year?
As notified from the court, I was, yes.
And you understand that that's a direct violation of the terms and conditions of your probation, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Satisfied, Judge.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violations, indicate technical violations 4 and 5. And counsel, as to the recommendation.
As to the recommendation, Your Honor, I would simply just ask that this honorable court give Ms. Briggs one last opportunity. I would like you to know and take into consideration the fact that she is a hairstylist and she's dealing with products that all contain alcohol all day, every day. She's coming into contact with those. I would actually recommend or suggest that instead of an alcohol tether, that she be given the opportunity to use a sober link device. I think that would give a more accurate test. She did speak with the tether people at EMS. They did say that if she was using specific lotions or laundry detergent or any face wash that does contain alcohol, again, at her work using hairsprays and other things that contain alcohol in them, it could be giving a false positive. She indicated to me that she is absolutely not drinking at this point. She's not trying to deceive the court in any way. She has taken responsibility for it because, yes, at the end of the day, she did have a positive test, but it's not due to anything that she ingested or put into her body purposely. Taking that all into account, Judge, I'd simply just be asking for leniency and one more opportunity to complete the terms and conditions of her probation.
All right, Abby, I saw your question earlier. This is about a month old. I told at the beginning of my video, I said that court has been slow for the last 2 or 3 days because of the holidays. A lot of courts were shut down. So I'm going to be going through my vault over the next 3 or 4 days This video is about a month old. Yeah, that's about all. That's about all I got. Judge DeSanto, yay, Judge DeSanto! I hope you come back.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
do you work for yourself or do you work for a company?
I work for a company and I work for myself. Well, I take clients at work, and after work or on my off days, I take clients as well for financial
Okay,
purposes.
and so on November 30th, were you working?
Yes, ma'am, I was. After I got out of jail on the 20,
Yeah, Kelly, I just don't see a reason why she would come back. I'm not saying other people are wrong with their opinions. It's my opinion. I just don't see why she would. She started a YouTube channel because she had to. Just about every court in Michigan started a YouTube channel to keep their courts open when their courts were closed and didn't let people in. That's what they did. Now that the courts aren't closed, I don't see her coming back. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying anyone else that's betting that she is going to come back is wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right, but that's just my opinion. I just don't see why she would. I really don't. And I explained that the other night, and I'm not hating on you for your comment at all. And it's a fair question. But it's just my opinion. It's just what I think. I hope she comes back. I really do hope she comes back, and I hope I'm wrong. I just don't see why she would. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to have a YouTube channel, and I feel like it causes her a lot more stress than just doing her normal Zoom thing. She can, every judge can do Zoom without being on YouTube. So yeah. All right, let's go. I hope that answered that, and I hope I wasn't too shitty. I wasn't trying to be mean to you because I like you. You're here all the time, and I really hope that what I said didn't come across as being shitty.
the 4th, I believe, it released me without any information on the tethering. So I went ahead and called Natalie on my release date, left a voicemail, but she wasn't in the office because of the holidays. So I was notified to go to the office, the tethering office, on the 28th. So I received my tether on the 28th. Ever since then, honestly, I have just been working and trying to handle business. I would not have put myself in this.
Okay, I'm not going to keep pausing it, but this is a good question. Judges don't make anything off this. The judges' channels are not monetized, so they don't make any money. When you watch channels that aren't monetized, unless the videos are really old and have hundreds, like a lot of views, there won't be ads on them. So when you watch a video and there are no ads, that channel is not making money. Now, there are some videos that YouTube will force ads on. Judge Middleton has a few clips that have over 100,000 views on them. And when you click on it, you'll get an ad. And I don't understand why that is. But no. Judge DeSanto does not make any money off this channel. Her courthouse makes no money off of her channel. I hope that answered that question. All right, I'm going to let it play for a little bit longer because this is like a 15-minute clip, so I don't want to keep pausing every 30 seconds.
This position at all, knowingly, because my son will actually be here today at 4. I'm the only person that will be able to pick him up from the airport, and my 2 daughters will be here on the 18th. I'll be spending my Christmas and my New Year's with my kids in Michigan here. So I would have never done anything knowingly to jeopardize that situation. I'm not sure what product exactly it is that is causing a positive alcohol, but alcohol is not that serious for me to jeopardize the time that I could spend with my kids, for one. And for two, I'm actually hoping to get my medicine, go ahead and get my medicine settled. For the last 3 months, my doctor's been changing my medicine, But once my medicine is settled with my Graves' disease, I'm hoping to wean myself off of weed as well. But as far as me having high anxiety that where it's crippling, that's where I'm using the marijuana. But to be honest, at this point, how I'm looking at life, I don't need marijuana nor alcohol. So I'm taking this very seriously. I'm not trying to, like my lawyer said, I'm not trying to deceive or be coy or combative. I'm not sure what caused the positive alcohol. And as far as the tampering with the tether, I went to EMS as my lawyer stated, and I actually also went up to Natalie's office to ask her if it's possible for her to notify me when I get a positive so I can go and drop to verify with my urine that I'm not drinking as well. But she said that would be too hard to do. I've asked for a lie detector test from my lawyer. He said that you want to do it, but to be honest, I'm coming to you as humble as possible to let you know that I really am not drinking or intaking anything. I've changed my body wash. I've changed my mouthwash. I'm now doing oil pulling. So I'm very vigilant on what I'm consuming. I know for a fact that I haven't consumed any alcohol. So again, I'm just not sure why it's reading positive.
And Judge, additionally, looking at her track record as far as what she's completed for probation, she's already completed the MAD Victims Impact Panel. She's been doing outpatient counseling. She's completed her 50 hours of community service, and she's cleared up all of her outstanding warrants. She's taken probation very, very serious.
I might have, I'm not sure, but I might have my warrant for my child support case, but I haven't had the time to actually go up to Ann Arbor. I like to go to these places to handle the business, but I did clear up my 2 warrants in 36th District. And as well, like I said, on the day that I went to jail, I cleared up a warrant for Southgate. Only thing I have not done was make a payment for you guys, which because I haven't left my house yet, I can make that payment when I leave because I also have to make a payment to the tether place. And for the record, my last time dropping was on the 8th. If you like, I can drop today. I'll drop every day. I'm just not sure why it's reading positive.
Okay, ma'am. While you've been on probation, you've had multiple violations. Positive for alcohol and cocaine, positive for alcohol, positive for alcohol, and now these 2 positive for alcohol. And you want me to believe that this is not from your consumption, but from your products that you're using at work, which at this point, ma'am, you have been given sufficient information as to what products to avoid and not.
To be honest,
I think what you meant to say is it's about to go down.
Judge, I went onto the Scram website to look on the website to see what can cause a positive, and I've done research after I received these notifications. On the Scram website, it reads that it should be able to avoid the environmental alcohols, and also like for lotions, I only use it twice now, but once every other day. But for lotions, it says do not use on or around the alcohol tether. So I've been just lotioning my higher calves, and I've been leaving it at that. I really have not consumed any alcohol. Like I said, I would not put in the jeopardy of my son coming into Michigan today to the airport and I'm not being there. And there's nobody in the state of Michigan for them to call to come and pick them up or anywhere for them to stay. So I would not jeopardize that. And I take this very seriously. I take this court very seriously. Furthermore, I take my life and my reputation very seriously. So with these violations, it looks like my life is spiraling out of control, or I have no self-control or anything of that matter, but that can be further for the truth. I really am hoping to show, I was actually hoping that this will work out for me to show you that, yes, I can follow your instructions and not drink. It's not, like I said, it's really not that serious for me to take a sip of alcohol to lose everything that I'm working for. I also have another interview for the salon that I told you about that I had applied to. I have an interview on the 10th of January. So everything in my life is looking positive. I was hoping that this would show that I am making the strides, but again, I'm not sure why it's reading positive.
Okay, so this is my response. If I were a judge, this would be my response. Okay, Miss Briggs, you have tested positive X amount of times. I don't know what the amount of times are. You have tested positive. You keep testing positive. We're telling you you're testing positive and you're not changing what you're doing. Therefore, you are not respecting the court's orders. If you're doing something and your little ankle bracelet's going off, you're not doing it correctly. So the first time you test positive, you should know, I can't do this anymore. Second, you just brought your son into it that's flying into Michigan. Good for you for your son to be visiting you. That's awesome. Good for you. You're in a robe in court. You are not taking this seriously. I don't believe a word you're saying. This is why I can't be a judge. And this is why Judge DeSanto is a judge. She doesn't handle it the way I do. Or the way I would, I should say.
Ma'am, were you working on November 30th?
Yes, ma'am. And on the 2nd.
And what time were you working on the 30th?
Let me give you the dates. 1 second. I worked that day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And
I'm sorry,
then
from what?
from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay,
And then I believe I had a hair client as well on that day. Let me see. This is the 26th of November. Per second. This is Thursday. Okay, no, so I just worked that day. I didn't have a client afterwards.
okay, and then what about on December 2nd?
Yes, December 2nd, I worked.
All right, you guys all need to pay attention to this timeline. Judge DeSanto does not miss a beat, and this lady tries to pull some weird, I don't know. She goes back in time, comes back and forward in time. Just listen to her timeline. See if it makes sense to you guys.
Go back to my schedule. December 2nd, I worked from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And then I had 2 hair clients afterwards.
What time were those your clients?
1 second, gotta go to my business. So my first client was from 7 to 9:30. And then my last client was the 9:30. I did braids, so that lasted until about 5 a.m.
5 a.m.?
Yeah, it takes a long time to do braids. It takes a long time to do women hair, if you really want to be honest.
And so when you do braids, ma'am, what's that process?
When I do braids, I shampoo and condition all my clients. I clip their ends, blow dry. That's just the setting base for any hairstyle. And then when I do my braids, I have to go ahead and set out the parting. I use gel for parting. The gel I use, I can go and get it and tell you the ingredients if you like. Would you like me to go grab it real quick?
No, that's okay.
Okay, the gel that I use gel, do the parting, and then from there we're adding in the hair. And after you add in the hair, you pretty much set it using mousse and spritz or gots to be, and you use hot water and you dip the ends of the hair and it pretty much seals what you braided down.
All right, a little information about me when I was in high school. I use Gots to be glued for my hair. I was one of those weird kids that like to spike their hair. I use that. I actually looked this up after watching this. There's no alcohol in that. Second point, do you guys remember the barber? Not the barber, the kid that I had. It was 2 clips. It was like an hour long, but it was his excuse for testing positive. It was like a 0.05 because he said he had a haircut and he brought his barber in. This is essentially the barber version of this. Like, oh, I'm testing positive because I put all this products. This is going around this court now. Judge Santo, I can already see. You can just look at her face. She's like, no, we're not doing this. Because you get a haircut, because you cut people's hair and braid people's hair, we're not doing this. No, not going to happen. She's going to start turning barbers into bartenders. Oh, you're a bartender. You're on probation. You're not allowed to have any contact with alcohol, drink alcohol. You can't work at a bar. I'm sorry that's your job. You can't do it anymore. She's going to do this with barbers because all these people are coming up with excuses like this.
Okay, and what's in the spritz?
The spritz, 1 second.
She does. She has gorgeous hair.
All right, this is the mousse for the setting spray. For setting the braids, it has aqua, aspartame, propane, alcohol, zelly maize starch, quality. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say that. Proquartalium,
Okay.
sulfur.
The spritz that you use, is that store-bought or do you make it yourself?
Nope, store-bought. All these products are store-bought, ma'am.
Okay. And so, do you use gloves when you do hair?
Sometimes, yes, like for when I'm doing bleaching, when I'm doing hair color, hair dyes, yes, but usually like if you're checking your clients in between that process, no, I'm not using gloves. If I'm doing a style, you can't really use the gloves because you need your hands to smooth it. So no. And to be honest, I'm not that well equipped to know how to use the gloves while doing styling. If I need to, I will. I'll start learning how. But in my previous prior to this court case, no, I was not using gloves.
Okay. And how long have you been doing hair, ma'am?
I've been licensed for about 6 years now.
Okay. And you previously have been on the alcohol tether while you've been on probation, correct?
I'm sorry, what do you mean previously? Like this is my first time.
This is your first time on the tether?
Yes, ma'am. Ellie, please be quiet, mama. It's okay. Good girl. Good job.
And
it's okay, mama. It's okay. Good job. Yeah.
ma'am, your levels
Guilty plea.
Oh no! No! I tried to pause it because it was a cute dog, and I just rewound all the way to the beginning. All right, hold on. Is this it? She's showing the dog.
began at 2:30 in the afternoon.
No, I messed up.
Went all the way.
That's what happened. I messed up. I was positive because it was a cute dog, and I wanted to say it was a cute dog. And the play button is right below the the little time bar thing, and I clicked the time bar instead of the pause button. All right. If I need to go back further, let me know, guys. Let's. She's holding the dog, and that's where I paused it. Hopefully, this is where I was. But if I need to rewind it, let me know.
With the highest being a 0.24. And
All right, I gotta go back because she wasn't talking about blood levels at that point. 0.24. We heard those blood levels, right? 0.24. Let's go back here.
Is prior to this court case, no, I was not using gloves.
All right, we're gonna roll. Okay, we're talking about gloves now.
And how long have you been doing here?
Everybody, I'm really sorry. This is the one thing I do not like about Streamlabs is the pause button is right next to the time bar, and I click it. I do that often. If you guys have been following me long enough, I do that a lot. So I apologize. I'm going to let it play for the rest of this clip because I messed up. But I did just want to say the dog was cute. That's all I wanted to say. All right, let's finish this clip.
Ma'am?
I've been licensed for about 6 years now.
Okay. And you previously have been on the alcohol tether while you've been on probation, correct?
I'm sorry, what do you mean previously? Like, this is my first time.
This is your first time on the tether?
Yes, ma'am. Ellie, please, be quiet, mama. It's okay. Good girl. Good job.
And
It's okay, mama. It's okay. Good job. Yeah.
ma'am, your levels on your December 2nd event began at 2:30 in the afternoon and it went all the way until 2:14 a.m. with the highest being a 0.24. And
I can tell you why from 2 a.m. because I'm sorry for cutting you off. After I got off of work, I just received my new washer on the 1st. It was delivered. And on the 2nd, I spent all that time washing the clothes that I had in my house from not having a washer. So I did about 10 loads. I have a portable washing machine. I can show you that as well. 1 second.
no, ma'am, that's okay. But
So
what
it's a lot
does
of-
that washing machine have to do with your testing positive
So
all the
it's
way until
not-
2:14 a.m.?
Because it's a lot of hand washing. I'm actually in the process of washing now. So it's a lot of hands on. You see, I have to put my hands in here and things of that nature. So that's probably the reason as to why I read until 2 a.m. because again, I've been washing clothes, trying to get my house together for my kids. But I'm not drinking, haven't been drinking, and I don't even have the urge to drink.
Well, ma'am, I thought you were working until 5 a.m. on the 2nd.
No, I said
On the
from
2nd.
9 to 5 p.m.
And then you said you had 2 clients at night from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah, correct. And in between me doing that, I was washing clothes as well.
And the time on November 30th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. is when you were working. And your levels increased starting at 7:19 and didn't return to baseline until almost 11 p.m. that night. And you didn't have any clients that evening.
No, I was just washing clothes. That would be the 2nd because I got my washing machine delivered on the 1st.
Okay, well, I'm talking about November 30th, ma'am. So I have to tell you, ma'am, you're trying really hard, but given what I've learned regarding the products. This is not, believe it or not, it's not the first time that somebody has tried using this reason for testing positive. And given the levels that you've had, is not supported by the use of the products. Not only that, you have been informed on a number of occasions.
I'm not drinking.
What-
I haven't been
What
drinking.
products you're not allowed to use, ma'am.
I
So
understand.
either you wear the
trying to
gloves,
drink. I'm
or
not
you don't use
trying
the
to.
products.
So if I have to, I will quit my job. I have no problem doing so. I'm not trying to lie to you in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm really frustrated because, again, I really have not drunk any alcohol in any form. Like I said, I've changed my body wash. I changed my mouthwash. The only thing I cannot physically afford right now is to change my lotion. That's only because I just bought it. I'm not trying to lie to you. I understand that you've heard this before. If I have to drop every day to prove my point, I will, but I literally have not been, I haven't been, and I have no problem taking accountability. Just like when I went to jail that day, I took accountability for my actions. But at this point, I'm literally at your mercy because I really don't know what is causing these positive alcohol readings when I have literally not been doing anything but busting my tail, cleaning up my house, trying to make sure that I have enough money to get my kids jackets and coats and boots because they're coming from Florida. I don't know what to do. If I have to do a sober link and the tether to also prove to you that I'm not drinking, I'll do that. I'm really begging here. I really don't know.
Yeah. Again, this is why I can't be a judge. Like, ma'am, this would be my impression of DeSanto right now if I were DeSanto. Ma'am, 0.24. It's 3 times the legal limit. You're offering to quit your job over the lotion you just bought? How does that make sense? You just bought a lotion. She uses it for her skin. She has a skin condition. Okay, that's fine. It's an expensive lotion. But she's willing to quit her job over using the lotion she uses. Yeah, I call bullshit.
Ma'am, at the end of the day, you know what products you're permitted to use and not permitted to use. You've even indicated how you've made the change on your self-care products.
Yes.
So why are you not taking steps on your work products to make sure that you're not testing positive for alcohol, since that's what you're claiming?
Well, I did not know the severity of how they can test positive from the products that I'm using at work until, again, I got the notification that I was testing positive for alcohol. From that point on, I've done a lot more research, but also just like my dish detergent, it has alcohol in it. So I'm not sure why it's reading like this. I assumed as long as it is not on my tether or around the tether that it wouldn't have read, but unfortunately we're here. Again, I'm not sure what to do from this point. I am trying my hardest. I understand that you gave me chances. I'm not looking to pretty much disregard the chances that you have given me in the past, but I'm taking this very seriously. I really don't know what else to do from this point. I would love a sober link and the tether, or like I said, if I have to drop every day to prove that I'm not drinking. But to just start over with my products at work, it will be, for one, very time consuming and costly. And not that it will be an issue for me to do so. It'll just take me more time to gather or replace the products that I'm using. Or like I said, I can quit the job. I'll quit
the scram is not free, the daily testing is not free, so all those are costs.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
gotta tell you, a 0.24.
I'm not drinking, ma'am. I'm not. I have literally Scott Steiner on my kids.
And now she's swearing on her kids. No. And she's bringing the scouts into it. Unless you were a member of the scouts, you're not allowed to say scouts honor. I'm sorry, I wasn't a scout, and I'll never say scouts honor because I have friends that were scouts, and that's something they hold dear to them. If she was a scout, she can say scouts honor. It's same thing as on her trying to tell you she was a veteran. Like, I served in this battalion and I never was in the army. Like, it's not the same thing. I'm not trying to compare the Boy Scouts and serving for the country, for our country, or any military service, but you don't swear on those things unless you are a part of them. But 0.24 the barber, not the barber, I keep saying the barber, the guy that I just showed a week ago had like a 0.03, and he brought the barber in. His attorney was fighting for him. They brought the owner, well, one of the higher ups of the tether company, to talk about his violation as a 0.03. I don't know what that 0.03 equates to. I would say that's one beer. So he either drank one beer, or maybe the barber actually does use a lot of products that have a lot of alcohol in them and his skin absorbed them. I didn't believe that guy's story. No one's going to believe this woman's story. Nobody. 0.24. Come on.
So I am not drinking. I would not put myself in this position for me to worry if my son will be able to be picked up from the airport today at 5. I wouldn't have
We
that.
have individuals that have alcohol issues and other substance use issues, as try as they might, sometimes that's not much of a deterrent.
And I understand that, but I don't have alcohol issues. I socially drink, and how I ended up with this case in this matter, it was a social matter. I realized the seriousness of this case. I realized how serious it is for you to drink and drive. It was never my intent to even be in this position at all, but maybe this is helping me for something in the future, or stopping something in the future that could happen. But again, I take this very seriously. I'm not drinking at all.
Here's what the court's going to do. The court is going to adopt the recommendation. The court's going to revoke probation, order that it was not completed successfully. The court's going to order 60 days jail. The court's going to suspend that jail. I'm doing a jail review on Wednesday, December 20th. In the meantime, you need to be set up with a scram, and you're going to do daily testing, ma'am.
Yes,
I mean, not a scram, a sober.
Do you want me to do the tether and a scram and a daily testing? I would do.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Absolutely.
No problem.
And counsel, I know that you're not on the docket on Wednesday, but I feel like maybe 11 a.m. is when you were available.
When was this? January 10th?
December 20th.
Oh, December 20th.
I feel like you.
Yeah, 11.
Okay.
You said December.
Ma'am, let me be very clear, ma'am. If on December 20th, I show any readings on any of the devices, the SoberLink, your tether, you will be going to jail that day. So I'm just giving you warning that if you see that there's any alcohol detected, make arrangements for your children.
I have a question really quickly. What happens with the products on the back bar? Like, for instance, everybody that walks into the salon We use the same shampoos and the same conditioners all around. You have to use it because
You wear gloves.
Stop talking. All right. I actually like Westmoreland. I really do like Westmoreland. I actually like Shemke too, but I think Westmoreland does a little bit better of a job of controlling his clients. He didn't do a good job here. She talked her way through this. Stop talking. Stop talking. You're testing at a 0.24 on your tether, and now you have a sober link, which means you have to blow. You got to figure that out. The fact that she's asking these questions tells me she's guilty of this. What do you want me to do with all these products? No, just stop. Just stop. But Judge Santo, she nails it.
Wear gloves.
okay, no problem.
Because there is zero way that your products are causing a 0.24. Zero. I just want you to know that I do not believe that you did not consume alcohol at all on the event of December 2nd.
I didn't, but I understand and I appreciate your I appreciate your generosity, but I really am not, so I won't have an issue with that. If it comes back on this Scram link that is a positive and I haven't been doing anything and it shows in my urine and also on the blow test, would you take those as well? Because I honestly have to use.
Stop talking.
That's just because of my Graves' disease. I
Stop.
get and it so happens that I get a rash in the position where the soap.
Listen, let me just be very clear. You have substance use and alcohol issues as evidenced during your time on probation. You have been given ample opportunity to change your personal care products. Talk to your doctor, whatever it may be, regarding whatever products that you have that contain alcohol. Do not use them.
Understood.
Do not use them. You've been told multiple times not to use them.
Understood.
We'll see you back on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, 11 a.m. In person. You are in person.
No problem. You said December 20th?
20th at 11 a.m.
Okay.
So just so you're aware, we're continuing your tether. You're adding a sober link and daily testing.
No problem.
Email into Ms. Shine by 10:15 so she can get you set up with that.
You said email Miss who?
Ms. Shine. She's covering for Ms. Shaw while she's out.
Okay.
By 10:15.
Really quickly, is her email? I'm sorry. Is her email? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can just email into the 27 District Court probation email and then she'll get that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll do those when I'm done.
Yeah. Nope. So I can't be a judge. Couldn't even be a defense attorney. You know what? I think I could be a defense attorney. I would. Okay, you know what? Instead of me sitting here stumbling through my thoughts, let's go to the next clip. I don't like that one. I might have her follow up. I don't know. I've got dockets from DeSanto from the entire month that I haven't deleted yet. I'm going to go through them and try to find her follow up. But she has like 6-hour dockets, so it's going to take a while. So I'm going to try to find it so we get at least her follow up. And if it's boring, you know what? You're never going to hear from her again. If she shows up and she complies with everything and no testing, she's only going to be in front of DeSanto for what? A minute? So I'm not going to play it. But anyways, let's go to the next clip. Oh, if you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. If you haven't done your jump kicks and backflips already, please do so. If you really like my mods and really like the chat and really appreciate the video, want to tip me a little extra, the link tree's in the description if you want to send a super chat. I'll call you out. If you have a question, I'll answer it. All right, let's go.
0609LT. This is Tommy Schramm versus Rob Mills. Would you please state your names for the record?
All right. I know I suck. I suck at this. This is a very interesting one. This is a landlord tenant case that gets a little heated, and that's why it's on here. Like I said earlier, the reason I'm going through all these older clips is because court's been slow, and I'm trying to use my older clips. This is actually very interesting. It really is.
Sue Schramm.
John Day appearing on behalf of Ms. Schramm.
Robert Mills.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for hearing in this matter. The parties have had the opportunity to speak. Mr. Day, how are we proceeding this morning?
I guess we're going forward, Your Honor. We've been unable to reach a resolution.
Thank you. Mr. Day, do you have all necessary documents and witnesses to proceed this morning?
I have my client, Your Honor, to provide testimony, and I have submitted certain documents with my original filing.
Thank you. Mr. Mills, do you have all necessary documents and witnesses to proceed this morning?
No, Your Honor. As a matter of fact,
I do have that moment, but I'm not going to share it if that's what you're asking about.
I do not. I was just made aware of this 2 days ago. The notice to appear conveniently had my wrong address. This was handed to me by my neighbor. I haven't had any time to file an answer. We are on opposite sides of the spectrum on this. I have
Mr. Mills,
Yeah.
Mr. Mills, let me interrupt you for one moment. The notice to appear for today's hearing came from the court.
Yes, ma'am. And it's not.
And you're saying
addressed to-
I'm sorry, you're saying that the address on that notice is incorrect?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
I interrupted you just to clarify that point, but Mr. Mills, you said you have not had time to file an answer in this case,
That's correct, Your Honor.
and you're on opposite sides from Mr. Day.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
How long do you need to file an answer, sir?
I can file an answer, I would say by Monday morning. May I add something, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
This is the third time that this matter has been before either Your Honor or another judge in the 34th District. So I think it's important to let me file an answer and submit some documents, because there's no, this isn't for non-payment. This is simply, according to Mr. Day, an eviction. I'd like to just get my answer filed in writing regarding this, because I would like ample time to have witnesses and, quite frankly, pay for a jury demand like I did the last 2 times on this matter.
Well, Mr. Mills, my question before, the court would not ever prohibit you from filing an answer if that's what you intend. But what is the tribal issue in this complaint to recover possession of property?
I guess the tribal issue is whether or not this contract is enforceable, and whether or not the prepayment of rent, according to my accounting, I'm paid through 2025, and according to a contract that Your Honor has already ruled on, it's a valid annual contract, and Mr. Day seems to just ignore these facts. So I guess those would be the tribal issues that someone needs to hear and make that determination. I paid over $16,000 for the right to retain this property. Again, these are all things that I can get into my answer.
Mr. Day?
Your Honor, I understand that he has the right to file an answer, and I'm not going to oppose an adjournment to allow that to happen. As to the tribal issues, there was a contract many years ago signed between Mr. Mills and allegedly signed by my client's deceased husband. Her husband has been deceased for five years now, Your Honor, and he has no contract signed with her. He has been making no rental payments at all for the last 2 years. And every time we go to try to discuss this, he comes up with something he wants to make an offer, but he never really comes up with an offer. My client's willing to sell him the property. He just doesn't have the money to pay for it. And that's where we were 7 months ago, Judge Oakley. And he said that I'll make an offer. He told Judge Oakley that. We waited some time period before we restarted this case, hoping he would. And here we are, same place once again.
Is that how the second case was resolved?
It was, yes, Your Honor. The second case I brought because of the neglect of the property. We had a whole stack of violations and notices that had been filed by Huron Township on the property. Judge Oakley felt that the condition of the property was not to the level that would be enforceable as a detriment or damage to the property. But he was concerned, again, about the lack of any kind of agreement between my client and Mr. Mills and his reliance. And at that point, there was not one, but allegedly 2 different contracts that Mr. Mills was claiming may or may not be the contract. But again, none of which were ever signed by my client. And there has been absolutely no payment, although he continues in possession for the last 5 years.
Mimi! What's going on, Mimi?
Then Mr. Mills, if you're able to have your answer filed by Monday, December 18th, you'll need to serve Mr. Day with that as well. And if you are requesting a jury trial, there is a form that you need to submit to the civil department and pay the $50 jury fee. The court needs at least 3 weeks to schedule a jury trial to send out notices.
Phil, I actually have that guy's video. His case was a lot more interesting than this one. He wants a jury trial, and he has a pretrial on the 28th, I believe. But yeah, 2 or 3 videos ago, I showed that guy. I'm just showing. Yeah, these are leftover clips. The next 2 or 3 days are going to be leftover clips because court's slow. So yeah, I'm sorry, not really sorry, but yeah, that's who that guy is, Phil.
We can potentially look at, unless there's some motion anticipated, we can look at Friday, the 19th of January as the jury trial date.
I do anticipate a couple motions, Your Honor,
When will you have those motions filed, Mr. Mills?
with my answer.
So let's not schedule a jury trial until we see motions. Mr. Day, do you anticipate the filing of any motions?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Can we, if the motions are filed on the 18th and you serve those motions upon Mr. Day, he'll need the opportunity to respond to them. Then we have the Christmas holidays. Could we notice those those motions for hearing? Mary Ann, if you would look at January 2nd, that's our civil date. I don't want to put it on the regular landlord tenant docket. Mr. Day, are you available on the afternoon of January 2nd? Same question, Mr. Mills.
I will make myself available, Your Honor.
I will as well, Your Honor.
And what time would that be, Your Honor?
Mary Ann's checking. I don't have.
Okay.
The last thing you have, Judge, is a 10 o'clock bench trial.
The 10 o'clock bench trial. So let's say January 2nd at 11 a.m. for hearing on any motions filed by either party. So Mr. Mills, if you file motions on Monday, the 18th, Mr. Day will have the opportunity to file his response. Because of the Christmas holidays, this court will be closed on the 25th and 26th. So Mr. Day, if you could have your response to the motions filed by December 27th, that will give time for them to get properly into on base and to me for review. And I will see you on Zoom on January the 2nd at 11 a.m. for hearing on any motions filed by either party.
Your Honor, is there any chance the court might be willing to impose a bond in this matter? As it's indicated, Mr. Mills has not paid my client anything.
All right. I generally don't really say much for landlord-tenant cases, but this defense attorney just, it's not a defense attorney, it's a plaintiff's attorney, asked for a bond. A bond. Do you guys see where I'm coming from right now? If I was the woman behind him right now and I heard my attorney say, "Can you please impose a bond?" I would fire him instantly. He may have misspoke. He may not be a landlord-tenant lawyer. That's all possible. But this guy's not in jail. You're not imposing a bond. He wants escrow. Impose an escrow order. But there's a big difference between bond and escrow. And this whole situation has me fascinated, which is why I'm showing this. I told you at the beginning, it's very interesting to me. But bond, he wants a bond placed on this guy. Yes, I will give him a 10% bond of $100,000. And if he can't pay that, he gets to stay in the house? Like, what is this attorney talking about?
In well over a year, she's had to pay the taxes on the property. He has done nothing for her. And every time we come to court, he's asking for an adjournment or more time.
That's exactly why we're here, Mr. Day, is because I am prepaid up until January of 2025 in this matter.
And if sir, if you're correct, you'll get your bond back. I'm just asking for security that if you haven't been prepaid, that she shouldn't have to then chase after you for some more money.
That's preposterous.
Well, Mr. Day, if this case had been filed as a non-payment case because of the time between the filing and the trial date, the court would have imposed an escrow order, but the court will deny your request for bond in this matter. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were saying something?
No, I understand you're wrong. I'm just trying to give some relief for my client.
Mr. Day, I understand. I remember the case from before. But your request for bond is denied in this matter. We will take any issues raised by either party in the filing of motions. We'll take it up at 11 a.m. on January the 2nd. And if the motions filed by either party are not dispositive of the case, on that date, we will set a jury trial date that will be just over 3 weeks from the 2nd. Is there anything else, Mr. Day?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Anything else, Mr. Mills?
Just one last thing, Your Honor, for the record, can we get my address clarified and verified so we don't have this?
I was gonna move you into a breakout room. I don't like people to, if there's details that they need to put on the file, they don't necessarily need to be in Zoom
There-
being
there's
streamed
a-
on
there's
YouTube,
a-
so.
There's a 3 that needs to be a 7. That's the end
All
of
right.
the story.
Let's fast forward through this. Nothing happens. Let's go. Where we at? There we go.
Benny Will.
Nope. No. A few more seconds back. I muted all the. I might as well just let it play through. I muted all the. There we go. What was I saying? Yeah, I muted all the details for his address, but yeah, I still tried to fast forward it, and it took me longer to fast forward 30 seconds than would have just let me play out. All right. This last clip is fun. How's everybody doing? I just got an email from my good friend Jay. Jay, I'm glad that I could entertain you tonight. I appreciate it. All right. I'm hilarious tonight. Widow, thank you. I'm trying to be funny. I've got a good joke. You guys want to hear a good joke? I can't. It might not be appropriate to say out loud. I'm going to type it in the chat. All right, let's go.
Benny Williams. Oh, he was here for a trial today too. And you know what? I fussed earlier. You weren't out here, Miss Wilkerson, but I fussed because he here for a trial and he on the phone.
Yeah, the trial, we're not gonna be able to go on that anyway, so.
I know. That's the only reason why I calmed
Hello?
myself down a little bit.
Huh?
All right.
Hello?
Now calling them. Hello, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now calling the matter of the people versus Benny Williams. This is V ticket 132016. Count 1, failed to provide leash for dog off property. V ticket 132017. 1 count nuisance. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Field Manager Wilkerson, on behalf of Mr. Williams, please state your name for the record.
Benny Williams.
Your Honor, I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Williams. This case appears to be a case that will actually have to proceed to trial. I think it's best that Mr. Williams be appointed counsel. That way they can get discovery and, speak to Mr. Williams about this case and be more prepared for trial.
I don't think the officer checked in. Although I'm very disappointed today that he doesn't have his, unless you had the officer check in.
Yeah, the officer checked in.
Officer Hopkins checked in.
You didn't have any ability.
The Officer Hopkins check in.
On which one, Your Honor? Is this Benny Williams?
Oh, wait, no.
Wow.
You know what? I was looking at another animal control officer. The officer actually did not check in.
Yeah, we've been getting our animal control cases kind of.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
actually, I guess.
Hold on, Mr. Williams. You will not, hold on a minute, Miss Wilkerson. Mr. Williams, you do not shout out answers and stuff like that, especially when you're on the phone. I should reschedule this matter because I asked you, no, stop talking. I'm putting you on mute. I asked you to be in person, or like at least on via Zoom. And I know technology happens and stuff like that, but you just can't shout out it's a lie. That's like me coming to wherever your professional place is and I just start shouting things randomly without people talking to me. You have to control yourself. You're too mature to be able to just speak out loud and keep saying stuff. We around the same age. I would never do that. I would never go in somebody's job and act in that kind of mannerism and way, especially when other people are talking. All right. So let me ask this. Did Officer Hopkins check in, Miss Sandy? Do you know?
I don't know what's going on with them, but if you go to the main section,
Officer Hopkins.
camera on. Oh, yeah, you did that.
He did not check in? Okay. That's what I thought. All right. Do you have a motion, Miss Wilkerson?
Yes, Your Honor. I motion for dismissal of this matter for no officer.
Your Honor, I
Right.
would object to that as a response because again, Mr. Williams is not present. We couldn't even proceed at this point because, for identification purposes, and we have a right, Sixth Amendment right to confront him as well.
And that's always my concern is that when they don't show up, I can't tell that it's you, Mr. Williams. And so I don't know that it's you.
So I'm dismissing the case on someone I don't even know if it's them.
If you did try to say something.
You can unmute yourself. You can respond, counsel.
All right, before counsel responds, this is a crazy case. The officer didn't show up. Talking about dismissal. This is one of those cases that drives me crazy because the defendant doesn't stop talking. Hopefully you see it the way I see it. But I wanted to pause it because I want to give a really big shout out to my good friend J.L. Warren. And I'm redirecting to him tonight. Now, he's not a court channel person, but he's a really good guy. He's entertaining. He likes to... Yeah. We're going to redirect to J.L. Warren tonight. Hopefully, if he's still live. He went live about an hour ago. He might be done by the time I'm done. I don't know. But I really want to ask you guys to go to his channel and subscribe to him. He's trying to hit 6,000 subscribers by Christmas, which is in 2 days. Or I think he said maybe the new year. He's only about 20 away. And that's where we're redirecting tonight. And that's who we're rating. So please jump in his channel. Say hi. Say that I sent you. You don't have to hang around. You don't have to, be best friends with the guy. But he is a very good entertainer. And he talks a lot of sense. So that's where we're redirecting tonight. We still have, like I said, about 10 minutes left of this clip. I will still pause it one more time because I can't let it go for 10 minutes without pausing it. Thank you, YouTube. But please, if you're not subscribed to JL Warren, we will be redirected there. And hopefully he's still streaming. All right.
Your Honor, even if I understand that Mr. Williams is on the phone, but he did show up. He is present. The officer did not show up at all.
And he showed up an hour late on top of it.
He is here though, Your Honor, and I'm pretty sure if we needed him to log on with video,
yes,
and log back on. We don't have an officer here at all. If that was
Can you log on, Mr. Williams? Are you able to log on to the Zoom app for me?
Yeah, I could try over and over again. I could try. I'm on it now. Only thing I have is 36
You are
district
not on it.
code.
You go to the website. Go to the website, 36districtcourt.org, and look for my courtroom and say log into it. I see. Your date of birth is on here. If I can figure it out, you can too, Mr. Williams.
You know what? I'm doing the best. If you know what, if you want me to come down there, I can come down to the courtroom personally. If you need me to show
all you have
personally,
to do, go to the website. Go to 36. Go to 36districtcourt.org.
Yeah, Hoskins, can you come on
and on the
zoom in on Judge?
On the side, she gonna call the officer. It's too late, Mr. Williams. She done called the officer. She got to zoom in. All right, hold tight.
Your Honor, I just spoke with my investigator. He said he can zoom in a second.
I know. I heard it. All right. You're going to have to talk to him back in the room. All right. Bring in the two people from outside for me, please.
Wait, Your Honor, I have one more.
Who else you have?
Okay, now this is the last I want to pause it. This guy just doesn't get it. You've all seen it. Not going to continue to talk. If you haven't done it already, please like and subscribe. Do your junk kick backflips. I'm going to let the video play out. Like I said a couple minutes ago, there's like 5 or 6 minutes left of this clip. And we're going to go raid JL Warren. My email just went off. I'm going to check it real quick. Because if it's a super chat, I'm going to read it out. It's not a super chat. It is Jay from Michigan. Jay, I love that you're back. I'm glad that you're hanging around. All right, yeah, we're gonna raid JL Warren's channel. Again, he's an awesome dude. I've met him personally. He drove me around. I drove him around with Irish Demon about a year ago. He's a really good dude, and he's one of the smartest people that I've met online. He also has the best laugh I've ever heard. So we're going to rate his channel. So it's going to be a little different. We're not jumping to a court channel. We're jumping to a different type of channel. It's not anything bad. Don't worry. We're not going to like some demonic saint thing. It's Bridge to the Divide is the name of his channel. It's JL Warren, Bridge to the Divide. I think he has a science degree of some sort, and he likes to bridge the divide of, I don't know, because what I want to say isn't what he generally shows. He's very anti-ghosts and spirits, and he likes to point out why ghosts and spirits don't exist. But he's very interesting to listen to, and that's where I'm redirecting us to, because he's one of my good friends, and we're going there after this. So please do me the favor. Let's all jump over there after this is done. Give him a subscribe. His New Year's wish was to get above 6,000, and I really want to help him with this. So hopefully you all can help me with this as well. But I'm going to let it play out. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. Do your jump kick backflips, and I will see you tomorrow with more clips that were probably from 3 weeks ago. Because court's slow. Happy holidays. Love you all.
Hello.
I'm here. 1 second. Recalling the matter of the people versus 6-1 count, provide leash. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Till Manager Wilkerson on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, state your name for the record.
Benny Williams.
Your Honor, at this time, we think it's appropriate for Mr. Williams to be appointed counsel. This matter appears to be a matter that will actually go to trial.
I don't even know why I said trial date without appointing the counsel.
Especially on the dog cases, I think those should kind of be automatic appointment.
No, I don't know what happens. All right. I give up.
Am I able to say something?
Mr. Williams, this is not the time to discuss the case, though. Just be mindful of what you say. You cannot discuss the case.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll set this matter for pre-trial on, so I can get counsel appointed. What date do I feel like having people come? The 22nd, 24th. He liked to hear himself talk. January 22nd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. I need his information. Did you get his information or no?
I did get it, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So I have him come back for a pretrial on the date of January 22nd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. His bond will continue.
Mr. Williams, did you get that date?
Hello?
Did you get that date, Mr. Williams?
Hello? No, I didn't get it because the phone was muted.
January 24th.
22nd.
You said January
22nd, I'm sorry.
22nd.
January 22nd.
22nd. What time?
You're going to get counsel appointed to you.
Okay. Well, am I going to receive a call or something?
They'll either call you or send you a letter to your address. You gave me an address and you gave me a phone number. Somebody will contact you either by your address or your phone number.
Okay. Is there a Zoom number that I contact? Because I don't know what's going on with this Zoom. today. Like I said, I followed all the procedures. I entered the numbers, which was 360-337-0000 for the joint meeting. And I'm letting you know I didn't mean no harm or no disrespect, but I'm not guilty of handling no dog or having no possession of dog. So,
Mr. Williams,
yeah,
can I discuss the case?
Yeah. Okay.
Why would he listen
Okay.
to us? He keeps saying whatever he wants to say, just out, even though we repeatedly ask him not to, Attorney Wilkerson. He wants to tell us so badly. So, I mean, he wants to say whatever is in his heart. So you allow him to say whatever's in his heart as it's recorded. Because all he said is that he's not guilty. And we ain't going to let it have no harm, no foul at this point in time. So I'm getting counsel appointed on that date, January 22nd, 2024. And practice getting on Zoom before then.
Okay, what's the meeting number?
It's
The
360.
number.
Stop talking. Do you guys remember 10 minutes ago when they were about to dismiss the case because the officer wasn't there? Now they're going to court for it because he wouldn't stop talking. Just saying. Sometimes not saying a word is your best friend. All right. If I don't see you guys for Christmas, you guys all have a very happy holiday. Have a very happy holiday. I've got a lot of content I'm going to be putting out over the next couple days. But it is all old content. Court the last couple days have been slow, so I'm going to be pulling from my vault, which is like I did tonight. So you hear dates like the first clip, like come in December 20th, and because that clip was 3 weeks ago. So please like and subscribe to your Dropkick Backflips. Let's all go raid JL Warren, and let's make his night. Can we please get him over 6,000 subscribers, please? If you could do me this favor, I would very much appreciate it. He's only a couple away. Well, this was yesterday. He might have actually broken it. I don't know. But he has a great channel, and that's who we're rating, and that's who we're going to go say hi to. A little bit different, but let's go. Also, I will be in Discord after JL Warren stream. So I'll be in there for a little bit. Last time I said a little bit, I was there for like 3 hours. So yeah, let's hang out. Let's go. Let's all go say hi to JL Warren. Then let's jump to Discord and let's talk. All right. But until next time, bye.
You have, Mr. Williams, but if you want to use the video, you have to go to 36 District Court's website, find Judge Taylor's name, and click on her Zoom link.
Okay, you said Judge Taylor's Zoom here. I got it right here on the false ticket. I have it here. Okay, but thank you.
He just want to talk. He just can't help himself.
Come back on the 22nd.
Okay. Okay,
on the false ticket.
All right, thanks. Anything else I need to hear?
Bonds continued at $0. Practice getting on Zoom before then. Just practice. Just try and figure it out and see if you come on. Even if it's not your day, if you hop in, then you can see if it works.
Well, I get Zoom for many other calls. I don't know what's going on with this call here. That's weird.
Okay, just try it.
My
out
son,
before, okay?
My son, he Zoom me all the time. I don't understand why it ain't going through for this. That's strange, dude.
Okay. All right. We'll see you then, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
No problem. Bye-bye. All right.